good with it? It's your boy Simon Phoenix, and this is the Sunday Night Rant. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Hope you're doing good out there. So, been going through the motions, been really having a hard time with maintaining the integrity of my show being on time because my laptop is a piece of shit. Like straight trash. And I've been doing everything I can to try to get my funds together to buy another laptop. So my laptop crashed and it had the show on it, which means I couldn't upload it. And then when I did get the laptop up, I found out that the file was corrupted. So then there wasn't no show. And for me, I was heartbroken. I love that fucking sound. Anyway, so I'm like, this PC ain't doing it. It's falling apart, or laptop, excuse me. I'm old. I always think of them as PCs. I know it's a laptop. Excuse me. I'm dumb. Anyway, I'm like, this laptop ain't gonna make it. What I need is a MacBook. I don't got 1200 to get a laptop. And on top of that I'm going through sound files and finding out what's corrupted and trying to move all of that into a hard drive that's portable so I won't lose any more archive shows. So I'm stressed because it's making doing everything else so much harder. And when you're doing it by yourself for the most part, you trapped in the bubble of how much money can you slide over for the secondary business while maintaining one's life. And at this point, I'm like, man, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Because saving up to get one will turn into late February by how the budget is set up. So y'all boy trying to come up with something. That's basically what I'm saying to y'all. That I'm going to come up with something. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something. That brings me to my next funny story or conversation of what I have been seeing in conversations about different individuals and their right to their opinion. And the reason these individuals were being told that their opinion didn't matter was because they were swirlers. If you don't know what a swirler is, that is just new jargon for people who are in interracial relationships. What I found interesting is that people was using it as the sole reason why these individuals were wrong. So an example would be Candace Owens, everybody's favorite normal person that's a super Republican, Trump fan, swirler, and I would say influencer, media person. What do people do instantly to her when you don't like what she's talking about? She got a white man. That's what it is. I don't listen to her. And or should I say, for me, I'm like, well, why you just don't make the point that sounds ludicrous because of this, and this? point out the flaws in her conversation instead of sidestepping that and going to her interracial relationship. I find that to be funny because you're not proving your point of why you're right. You just assaulted something else. And that's really a low blow because you're not addressing the subject within the debate. Another person who gets this type of flack is Vice President elect. Is that what you call it? Kamala Harris. And I say the same thing. That's wrong. If you're going to attack her for any other points that you don't like her for, whether you're saying that you don't like how when she was a judge and she did these set of things that people discuss all the time, okay, that's a point. I got you. If that's where you're coming from, okay, that's cool. But to go around that and say, well, she got a white man, no, that's low. Because you're not proving anything of the real point. That's not an assist to that. That's a different conversation. If you want to have that conversation, then let's have that conversation. Because, excuse me, to bring in someone's personal love when you're debating their political points is ludicrous. It just is. It has nothing to do with the real thing. And so you approaching it in that manner is purely because you're not prepared to present your point. Or at least that's how I'm going to take it. Because I view it as you didn't have a point to make to begin with. You didn't know how to defend yourself. You are not ready for verbal combat. And so you go to my favorite thing to say, low hanging fruit. And this is how you approach it. And you know you will get the sympathy of the audience that you're talking to. They will agree with you most times. So to me, I find that as a dirtbaggy way to try to win an argument because you're not ready for verbal combat. If you decided to make this person defend their relationship instead of their political points or whatever their commentary is that you don't agree with originally. So the question is, do they have the right to have an opinion? And it is yes. And I find it funny for myself because I never thought I would ever be anywhere defending Candace Owens. And I'm a person that I can say I can defend the Republican Party or at least why someone would vote along their lines. But defend her? Oh, hell no. I don't got the strength or the energy for that activity. I just don't. So, wanted to talk about that because I found that to be really interesting. And I thought when I originally was thinking about this and I talked and I had arguments with people, I had made that a point before. And so I was thinking, did I put the point in the right context or was I wrong? And so for me, I just said I was wrong. That I was like, for my own conscience and psyche, I had to admit to that even if I didn't have the intent, I was still wrong because I'm denying. I'm fostering the idea that you don't have to talk about the real issue of the thing to defeat them. And I'm all about in verbal combat. Of course, you should be able to defeat them by making proper points. That if you really know the subject matter, you can have a good spar with someone, but for you to sidestep it is just wrong. especially doing something like that. I just felt like that was underhanded. So me learning that now, or should I say revisiting that and really taking a deeper look into it, gives me a better idea to say that no, everybody gets their argument, defeat them in verbal combat. That's just, it is what it is. So anything else that I had to share with y'all? Well, so I'm laughing because my little brother is getting ready to launch his own podcast. And so he's asked me to come over and record for him and whatnot. And so when I get over there, and I understand he doesn't know anything about trying to do this, but when I get over there, I say to him, I say, hey, y'all got some intro music in mind that you want to play, blah, blah, blah. I was like, because, the device will hook up to your computer and whatever sounds you got in there, we could play. And I could just record it in. I was like, do you got an idea for a spot or something like that? And this dude was like, music? Hey, we gonna play Lil Wayne or something. You said something to me crazy that was like a real person talk. I was like, yo, you can't use somebody's talk without permission, man. So you got to either have your own music or, get some copyright free music and use that, something like that, bro. But you can't just, if they a hot artist, nah, bro, nah, that's not gonna work. But he found him a song that was from one of his artists that he knows, so it worked out for him, and I got him through their first show. But the whole time, these dudes is just clowning. I mean, clowning. It was hilarious. And then trying to readjust and set things up and get the space right to really do a good show for them was kind of hard. But we have figured out how to incorporate video, so that will be coming soon. What else is going on that I can inform y'all on? I felt like this was going to be an informative rant. That's really, really it. That's really all I have for y'all. I knew it was going to be in and out because I'm just really putting everything back together. Like I said, because I'm, offering the service of anybody who wants to do a podcast, inbox me and we'll discuss me coming, and I have equipment and I'll set you up where all you have to do is just take care of finding somebody to distribute it for you or stream it for you, for those who understand what I'm talking about. But to get it put out there like this show is, and you can do your show, and I'll make it as easy as possible. Do as much stuff as you like. I'll set it up that way for you if you will, you want to get down. So just kind of getting used to moving around and putting things back together and making sure the quality that I can provide a person and explain to them how it's really going to work really works out. So that's about it really coming down the pipeline. Oh yeah, swag is in full effect. That's right. The swag is still in full effect. If you see me with the Shots Fired tee, that those will be available, I believe December. I still got to talk to my vendor and get confirmation because it's that time of year. But hopefully we'll get the swag by December and get that word out. Oh yeah, and the mugs will be available too. They are going to be shout outs to individuals, and we're going to gift out some mugs for Christmas for cats. So be checking the fan page for updates on when I'm be giving mugs away, because I'm gonna be giving mugs and t-shirts away on the fan page. That's on the Facebook page, Shots Fired. Check it out. Try to update you there so you know what's going on as I do. So let me get up out of here. I mean, your boy, Simon Phoenix. You know the show. Shots fired. In the building. Y'all have a good evening. I holla.